All right, let's go ahead and do a couple of more practice problems. For this next one, we're taking a look at the idea that I just have a 2 by 2. It's 7 times 2, right? And now we're going to go backwards, so we're going to subtract 5 times 9. This is going to be 14 minus 45, which is going to give us 31, I believe. Actually, get it right, Stu. Get it right. It'll be a negative 31. That should do it. All right. A couple of questions just like that on your quiz. Should be easy stuff. Quick polling quiz is due this week. Your practice stuff I'm not collecting. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Find the determinant of P next. So what I'm going to do is rewrite the first two rows. We have a 1, a 4, and a 1, 2, 0, and a negative 2. I'm going to multiply the diagonals. 1 times 0 times 3 is 0. 2 times 1 times 1 is going to be, we're going to add 2. And negative 1 times a negative 2 is a positive 2. 2 times 4 is 8. We're going to add 8. All right. So I went positively. I did everything from left to right on the diagonal. Now that I'm going to go from right to left, we're going to start up here in the corner. We're going to do 2 times 4 times 3, which is going to be 24. Right? It's 12 times 2. But this time we're going to subtract 24. All right. We'll take the 1, and the negative 2. 1 times negative 2 is a negative 2, and we're going to subtract that negative 2 because we're going from right to left. And the last one is going to be a bunch of fun times 0, so we're going to subtract 0. And then we just do a little bit of math. 2 and 8 is 10. We're going to add, like when you subtract a negative, you're really adding a positive, so this is going to be a negative 22. We add those together, and we get a negative 12 for our answer for that one. Scoot that fun over. But that's how you do that math. We'll even put it together. Maybe not. All right, so now we'll come over to this one. Once again, I've got a nice big fat 0, so it's easy. I'm going to do, I have to rewrite it now, don't I? We've got a 0, a 4, and a 2, a negative 5, a 1, and a 0.5. All right, so let's go ahead and multiply these. 0 times 1 times 3 is 0. We're going to add negative 5 times 6 is 30. Negative 30 times 2, which is a negative 6. Then we're going to do negative 1 times 4 times 0.5. Well, half of 4 is 2, times a negative 1 is going to be negative 2. And technically, we're adding that negative 2. All right, let's work backwards this time. Negative 5 and 4 is a negative 20, times 3 is a negative 60, so we're going to subtract a negative 60. 0 times 6 times 0.5 is 0, so we're going to subtract 0. And negative 1 times 2 is going to be a negative 2, so we're going to subtract that negative 2. Now, conveniently, when you subtract a negative, you're really adding a positive. So if I have a positive 60 here and a negative 60 here, they cancel out. The zeros are obviously nothing. They cancel out. If I add a positive over here, plus 2, I have a positive 2 and a negative 2. They cancel out, and this whole thing ends up being the number 0. Convenient. All right. So a couple practice problems there for you. Practice that stuff up. Berger's in there doing his thing. You can watch his videos. You can do a couple extra practice exercises. The answers are given. And get ready for that quick poll, that quiz. Get in there and jump on that. And if you have any questions, you can hit me up in the Google Classroom. You can hit me up on an email. I'll probably do a video of your questions so that other students can benefit from that answer that I give. And that's it. I hope all is well out there in Wally World. Hit me up in the doobly-doo. Let me know how things are going. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good one.